Hey, welcome back everyone. So we are back on the Jeep project, the No Lift Crawler TJ. I don't have a name for it yet, but I think a name will come to fruition as we keep on building this thing. I think it'll assume some sort of name, so we'll get there. But what I want to tackle today is I got a new airbox in from a different make. It's not from a Jeep at all, but I think I found an airbox that's going to fit with the Highline fenders that we have. We need to mount the fuse box, and we're going to try to cut the hood and maybe put the blinkers in. And if we can get all that done, that pretty much gets the front end done, and then we can move on to other parts of the Jeep that need help before we can get it on the road and out crawling. So my brother's going to come over in a few minutes, and he's going to help me, and we're going to try to get as much as we can done today, and hopefully be a productive day. We actually see this thing maybe move around on its own a little bit and actually look like it's mobile. A quick rundown here. So here's the factory box. It's pretty big, and it's just awkward. I thought about trying to cut it, but I don't think it'll work, so we're just going to not deal with that. It won't fit in here because the older TJs have an air compressor here. If this AC compressor, the AC compressor wasn't here and moved over there where it is on the newer TJs, we could fit the stock airbox right in here, but we don't have that option. This is the airbox that I found, and funny enough, if we take an adapter that we can get from Home Depot, it actually will hook up right to the factory tube. It's small. This is off of a Buick. I'll put what year it is. I can't remember. I think it's like an 87 or 89 Buick Century. And that'll work pretty well, I think. The other thing that's cool too is the little snorkel fits in here too. I'm just going to put some RTV silicone and shove that in there and let it sit. Building this custom stuff is actually pretty fun, but you just have to realize when you tackle a project like this, every little thing is going to have to be thought of, and everything is going to have to be messed with. Even things like a random tab on an airbox. Once we ground down that random tab off that airbox, which I think holds a sensor, we moved to fitting the fuse box, and that was actually pretty easy. I just bent a bracket, bolted it to the fender, and we're just going to let it ride over the battery. Once we found a home for that fuse box, we moved on to arguably the most intimidating part of this job, and that is cutting the hood. Now for us, it's not such a big issue because our hood was on the Jeep when it rolled. So the hood is twisted, it's dented, it's dinged, and it's scraped. And by actually removing that bottom lip, you remove a lot of strength from the hood and rigidity, and for us it's a good thing because it allows us to straighten it out a little easier so it'll align to the body lines nicely. One thing that I can say if you're going to do this project, cut very slowly. Measure a bunch of times, make your marks, measure again, make sure you're right, and then when you hit the hood with that grinder, go nice and slow. If you go nice and slow, you'll get a nice clean edge. It's said that the best laid plans often go awry, and honestly, that was really true with this hood. Even though we measured 3 to 4 times before cutting, we were still far off. I attribute this partly to the body, but this really took some time to get right. We just gotta put our carbon fiber trim on it. Carbon fiber, it's kind of growing on me. Here.
You better, it's $22.
This is probably the cheapest thing you bought for this thing. Riley's feel. Though the Jeep is looking pretty cool, I must admit. Let's see, let's get a look at the pretty side. Everyone has a good side, right? I cannot believe it fits that close. Holy crap. Yeah. Wow. Play that again. I can't believe that fits. Dude. It's like that much space. this is our idea. We're gonna put his phone there, and we're gonna check the clearance right here after we shove my light in, and we're gonna see how close this thing actually gets. All right. Honestly, at this stage of the project, we were so relieved when we got the hood cut and installed and it looked nice that everything else just became so much fun. We kept cracking up about how well that airbox fit in there and how tight that snorkel was, and it just, I don't know, it made our night. We had such a good time. This build is turning into something truly wonderful, not even just because the Jeep is going to be cool and capable, but we are really having a lot of fun together doing this. And if you do tackle a project like this, get a friend, get a buddy, a brother, anyone close to you that you can have a good time with, and just go at it, because once you get past those stressful moments, then the other moments are just so much fun. Alright, so the project's moving right along, and we still have a ton more work to do, but I think for this portion of the Jeep, all we really need is new battery cables, hood latches, blinkers, and I think we can pretty much wrap up this part of the Jeep and then move on to another part and get things moving along. It feels good. The thing is looking really cool. I love the way it looks, considering, well, when we picked it up, it was rolled and smashed pretty much in every direction. And and this is just, I don't know, it's a cool feeling because it's actually, the vision is coming to fruition, and we're really liking the way this is turning out. So if you have any ideas, hit the comments below what you'd like to see. We're still, this is in process right now. We're kind of building it as we go. We have a general idea of what we want to do, which is a no lift TJ, but we're not really sure much past that. So lots of research still to go, lots of parts to purchase, things to put on. We're trying to keep it on a budget, which is why we went with a no lift and Highline fenders instead of doing a big expensive lift kit. And I think it's going to turn out really awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. And well, hopefully we see you in the next project video on this thing.
Now what the hell's all of this supposed to ever done for me? Well, I didn't sleep a wink last night. Work's dragging up and money's tight, though I followed this old script line by line. This whole thing was a lousy bet. There's holes all in my safety net, and it's a goddamn lie when I say I'm doing fine. Didn't think this was what I was supposed to get by doing everything that I supposed to. Well, I button up and say clean cut, try to eat good and watch my gut, clean behind my ears and between my toes, and always keep up with the goddamn Jones.